What a lovely bright afternoon. Perfect day to go for a boat ride. Oh, hey, it's you. You've come back. Well, today's episode, we are going to explore a few lesser thought about biomes, starting with the one I'm in right now, a river biome. So in river biomes, you can find salmon and squid and sand, clay, dirt, and gravel as the main sources of blocks that you can find in river biome. It will change the color of some of the surrounding grass, and even if there's no water, a river biome will still change the color of grass to show it is a river. And the way you can tell it is a river as opposed to a ocean is you're going to have these beautiful salmon, red salmon. If you hit cod, then you're probably in an ocean biome. And so let's head to our next water biome that's often overlooked. As the sun sets on our beach, this is the next kind of overlooked biome because it's not very special. There's only a few different block types you can find. Now beaches range, there's two or three different kinds of beaches, so we will look at all of them as we find them. But this beach is what is a sandy beach, and you will see sand, so it's a good place to get glass. There is also compacted sand or the sandstone, and then once in a while you can also find some of the smooth sand types, but those have to be smelted. These are also a good place to find treasure. If you have a treasure map, most likely you're going to find it on a beach. It's going to be in a beach biome where that treasure is. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was a map leading to this beach somewhere out in the world. Now let's go to the next type of beach. So the next beach area is actually called the Stony Shore, and this used to consist of two different kinds of biomes, a very stony biome like you see behind me, and also a gravel beach biome. Now they are both called the Stony Shore now. They have been merged into one, and you can kind of see there's a whole lot of stone around, lots of gravel, lots of coal. You can find iron in here on occasions. You can find copper, depending on how high up it goes, how tall it becomes. You can find other types of stones too. So andesite, granite, diorite, it's all going to be in here somewhere, but it is a different kind of beach than you might expect since it doesn't have sand and is a colder biome kind of area. But this is the next very simple, very easy to spot kind of biome that is often overlooked and nobody really thinks too much about it being a biome. But if you are biome hunting and trying to get all of them checked off your list, don't skip this one. Our next beach is the Snowy Beach, and this is where we actually found our very first treasure. So I remembered where to find it, not too far away from our very first village. Snowy beaches are found on the sides of frozen oceans, which we'll get to in just a second. We'll do two in one here. And they always are going to have sand, and they're always going to have snow on top of the sand. So they're really pretty. They're very unusual in that they're still a beach, but they're snowy. And as I said, they're always going to be next to a frozen ocean. So in a frozen ocean biome, you are going to find these huge jagged chunks of ice. Most of them are you're going to have regular ice on the ground. So regular ice is kind of transparent. You can see things through it. You can kind of see the iceberg down below. You're going to have packed ice. It's going to be a little darker of a color. You can kind of see it there. It's not transparent. It is a solid block. And then you're also going to find blue ice. So here is the difference between the three ice types. And blue ice is very solid. It's very dark blue. And all of these ice types you can only break with a silk touch. whatever. Not pick it up using a regular pickaxe. It'll just break it, even blue ice. So those are the ice types that you can find. And there's not a lot of blue ice here, but if you need it for a project, this is the place to come. Watch out for polar bears. Watch out for baby polar bears. Most of the time it's going to be baby polar bears you're looking for, unlike our lonesome friend behind me. When they have babies, they will come for you, so just be careful. Our next watery biome is a frozen lake, and for some reason I'm sinking into it. I'm not sure why. Frozen lakes are always distinguished by the fact they are a lake, but they are completely frozen over, and if you break some of the ice, they will eventually form back up, or they will refreeze eventually. Now, frozen lakes are, frozen rivers, I mean, are usually butted up against by like a frozen like beach possibly, or they'll have that frozen ocean. They have pretty much the same color of water. If you notice, it's kind of a very dark purpley blue. Unlike the frozen taiga, which is our next biome, which is just like the taiga in the last episode, but there's snow on it. That's the only difference, honestly. And you can find white foxes as opposed to orange foxes. And if you kind of look, you can kind of see the difference. The darker blue ocean water versus the taiga water is a little lighter blue. And I forgot to mention, in the dark, the cold oceans, you can find salmon as opposed to cod. So this is one of the few ocean biomes where you can find salmon instead of the cod. Now, going over some of the ocean biomes really quick, there's a whole bunch of oceans. This is the cold ocean. You can see it's dark purple, but it's not as dark as a frozen ocean, and like maybe the biggest distinguishing factor obviously is the ice for a frozen ocean. A cold ocean will probably butt up against it and be very similar in color. It is going to have lots of kelp. You are not going to see, you will see cod as opposed to the salmon, and you won't see dolphins. Dolphins do not like, so there's some salmon too, and the cod, but you won't see any dolphins. You'll see occasional squid, but it's sparse otherwise. It's a very kind of plain ocean. So as we leave the cold ocean behind us and the frozen ocean there, we change colors very subtly, and we hit an ocean. This is regular, plain old ocean. You have the kelp, have the squid, you have cod, and dolphins will start to appear. There we go. There's dolphins. This is just the plain ocean biome. There's nothing special about this at all. No warm, cold, frozen, whatever. It's just ocean. You can find all sorts of things in the ocean, including the shipwrecks, like that one over there. You can find buried portals, like that bit over there. And sometimes, and most of the time, they aren't very deep. As you can kind of tell here, the colder oceans tend to go a lot deeper than a regular ocean will. So you won't find, most of the time, you won't find an ocean monument in one, because they aren't very deep to have one, but there is an ocean monument over here. So let's do a drive-by really quick. Regular ocean, not very deep. Deep ocean, same thing, still an ocean, same color. It just gets very deep, and that is where you're going to find the ocean monuments with all of the guardians and the elder guardians and the danger, but that has the prismarine and all the beautiful blocks that come with it, and sponges can be found in those. I actually have a few in this area. There's a lot of deep ocean in this area of the ocean. And you can have dolphins and all sorts of other critters that the guardians like to go and kill. Right, another biome, very, very overlooked, deep, cold ocean. As if there weren't enough oceans as it is. You can kind of see there in the biomes. Deep cold ocean is another ocean type. As I said, there are so many ocean types. Now this one, any of the deep oceans, again, can spawn ruins and can spawn the temple. So you can kind of see there's our house. I do have our render distance quite up a bit. There is the Adventurers Guild, and there is our temple. So we will be adventuring into this temple eventually. There's some things that I would like to get set up there. That is pretty much all of the different water biomes here in our nearby ocean. There are obviously more ocean biomes. Ooh, I'm not sure I've found this treasure sunken ship before. Let's take a look before we wrap up this episode and see what we can find down here. Now, I do have some good... I don't have respiration yet, so I can't hold my breath very well, but we will see if I've actually gone into this one yet. Usually tear out this one block. Oh, I have not, I don't think. Just still there? Ah, I've not found this one yet. Perfect. That I don't have respiration yet, so we're gonna come up for air and go down and get our treasure. I don't mess around, I just grab and go. That is the first chest. There wasn't that much in there, unfortunately. Usually... Ah, another one right here, and I'm gonna regret doing this because I'm gonna drown. Whew. Okay. Unfortunately, this is only half a ship. As you can see, it kind of just peters off into nothing. Just nothing. There would be another treasure down here if there was more of the ship. So there would be one more chest down in there. And that one would probably been the food chest. So we don't really need to worry about it too much. We did get the treasure chest, which is the one that is in the captain's quarters. And those are the things that we got in there. We got the cartographer's chest, and that's going to have a buried treasure map, which I don't know if this one's weird. There's like nothing in here. No land, there's nothing on this. So I think we need to go find it. So let me find a place to go to sleep for the night, and then we'll see if we can at least get this map to load. Okay. Normally it has more of a map to go by. This did not want to give us much of a map. Luckily it's right near our house. We can practically see our house from here. Like the fact that there's a pillager tower. Oh. Going after treasure that the pillagers have gotten, and I'm worried I might have already found this one. Maybe not. Ah. X marks the spot. Let's get this out of a moment. Ever gone treasure hunting before? Line up your dot just like this. If you've never gone treasure hunting before, you have a little bit of the nose of the icon sticking out, just 1 pixel of the white sticking out. There you go. Almost always find it. I used to dig around for hours until I learned that trick. And there we go. No diamonds in this one, but we have some emeralds, some iron ingot, some potion of water breathing, which is going to come in real handy when we raid those ocean monuments. Oh my gosh, that scared the... Hi, you frightened me. Are you... I wouldn't go to that pillager's tower if I were you. They're not very friendly, and they can hurt you, and, I mean, I'll see what you're selling, Red. No, I don't think they'd be interested, quite honestly. You can have this map. You want that map? I have the treasure now, but, you know, Oh, okay.
Huh?
Yeah. You do you, okay? So, what did you think of our ocean and water journey, our ocean biome water journey? Now, we have more ocean biomes to cover, but we are going to do that in our next episode because I have to go to a completely different ocean for that. As we do that, we'll be able to see some other warm biomes that I haven't been able to share with you before. So I will see you all next week as we continue our hunt for all the different biomes that we have out here in the world. See you guys later.